Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for August 18th. August 18th is the 230th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 231st in leap years, with 135 days remaining to the end of the year.
Today's word is nebulous. Nebulous is an adjective that means of or relating to a nebula. It can also mean indistinct or vague. This word comes to us, of course, from Latin nebula, which means mist or cloud, and has been in use since at least the 1500s. Nebulous.
Alrighty, and with that, we're going to start on August 18th of 1572, when the Huguenot King Henry III of Navarre was married to Margaret of Valois in Paris, France, in hopes that this marriage would reconcile Protestants and Catholics. This is the birthday of the first child born to English parents in the Americas. This was a little girl named Virginia Dare, born on August 18th, 1587. She was the granddaughter of John White, and we do not know how long she lived because on August 18, 1590, John White, the governor of Roanoke County, returned from a supply trip to England to find his settlement deserted. It seems that Salem is not the only place that had witch trials. On August 18, 1612, one of England's most famous witch trials, the trial of the Pendleton witches, began. 12 people were tried as witches, 1 died in prison, and of the 11 remaining, 9 women and 2 men, 10 of them were found guilty and executed by hanging, and 1 was found not guilty. On August 18, 1634, a French Catholic priest named Urbain Grandier, accused and convicted of sorcery, was burned at the stake in Loudun, France. This is the birthday of explorer Meriwether Lewis of Lewis and Clark fame. He was born August 18, 1774, and lived to the age of 35. Got a lot done in those short 35 years, didn't he? A huge fireball meteor was seen across Great Britain as it passed over the East Coast on August 18, 1783. This is the birthday of American businessman Marshall Field, born August 18, 1834. He's the founder of the Chicago-based Marshall Field department stores. He did well enough in the department store business to provide funding for the Field Museum of Natural History and donated land for the campus, the University of Chicago. He lived to the age of 71. This is the birthday of American businessman Max Factor Jr., born August 18, 1904. He was, of course, president of the Max Factor Cosmetics empire. He lived to the age of 91. A great fire broke out in Thessaloniki, Greece on August 18, 1917, destroying a third of the city and leaving tens of thousands of individuals homeless. The 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution was ratified on August 18, 1920. This was the one that guaranteed women's suffrage, but that means they can vote. This is the birthday of Roslynn Carter, born August 18, 1927. She, of course, was the wife of President Jimmy Carter, making her the 41st First Lady of the United States. I always love it when we have a baseball birthday, and this is the birthday of Puerto Rican-American baseball great Roberto Clemente, born August 18, 1934. An amazing baseball player and a stellar human being. He was involved in charity work in Latin America and Caribbean countries during his off-season, often delivering baseball equipment and food to those in need. He was on just such a trip in December of 1972 when he died in a plane crash at the age of 38. He made such an impact that the Pirates retired his uniform number 21, and the MLB renamed its annual Commissioner's Award in his honor. So it's now known as the Roberto Clemente Award and is given to the player who best exemplifies the game of baseball sportsmanship, community involvement, and the individual's contribution to his team. His untimely death established the precedent that, as an alternative to the 5-year retirement, a player who has been deceased for at least 6 months is eligible for entry into the Hall of Fame.
Today's song is Good Times by Chic, number 1 on August 18, 1979. Decidedly disco-flavored Good Times has ended up on the Rolling Stones list of the 500 greatest songs of all times and is one of the most sampled tunes in music history. Good Times by Chic, number 1 on August 18, 1979.
And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that is called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, Parler, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.